Okay, it's time for gym defense, stinky batch defense blog. A pesky challenger just slammed into my gym and he said, "I demand a battle." So I'm like, fine. So anyway, he leaves with a maniac blatant counter team, and that's something I'm really worried about because there's only one NU gym in the Midnight Moon. And if any freaking challenger and OU hall wants a NU badge from me, he can just create a team with 3 grasses and 3 electrics, and I'm gonna die like that. So I'm gonna send out my crack Draxis, and I was telling him, if you have HP grass, I'm gonna rip your penis apart in bit, and then he has HP grass, which makes me sad. But I actually do survive the HP grass quite well. In fact, I didn't even expect it to survive at all. So thankfully he doesn't do the gay thing, which will be to sub Pitaya down and kill me, and I'm gonna die anyway. So I'm gonna send out my Grace Glaze because I know I can definitely survive a flamethrower barring a crit, which would really take the piss. But he withdraws into a Hitmonchan, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a spec space 130 stab ice beam, it should kill, right? Well, no, it lives very well, and I'm like, damn. So I'm just gonna go to my physical wall, my renamed physical wall, which is, when I grow up, I wanna be a rock star. I don't know if that's a real song or not, it's just there in my head for some retarded ass reason, and he dream punches me and then he starts to bulk up. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is that stupid punk Waffles' bulk up, toxic, drain punch, and rock slide Hitmonchan said. So I'm not gonna switch to my Shedinja, 1 because he might have toxic, and 2 he might have the more realistic rock slide or stone age, and I really don't want my Shedinja to die this early. So I'm just gonna go for the rest here because that will be the logical thing to do. So my god, X-Sticky is actually using his square brain. So I'm gonna serve him here because hey, it's stab, it's in the rain, it should do something, right? It does an acceptable chunk, but only because it was a crit, and I know he's gonna die to poison the next turn, and I want to get the heck out of there. So I go to my Scrap Ninja, and he punches me, and I'm like, I'm too awesome for your brain punch, and then he dies. I mean, look at that Shed Ninja, it's so cute. I mean, look at that hole in his back, it looks like an inverted Omega Pit. Ew. So he's gonna send out this thing, and I know those things get ancient power or flamethrower, and I'm just gonna switch out to my Fion to take that and toxic stall it because I am awesome like that. And then he goes for the charge wheel, and I'm thinking, shit, he's gonna have the over 100% chance of raising his special attack, unless of course his charge beam misses, which I would low so hard at. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna take another charge beam and rest up, but turns out I'm faster, and I'm like, dope. And then the rain just decides to stop at this turn, and I wasn't counting, and I was like, dope times 2 facepalm. So I'm gonna send out my Scrap Ninja because I know that charge me won't do anything, and I was hoping that I can outspeed to get a healthy choice band X scissor off, but then he outspeeds me and ancient powers me, and I'm like, Omega Pit is too awesome for that ancient power, so he dies. So now I'm thinking to myself, shit, crap, fuck, I'm gonna get swept by a dance pass. So I'm gonna send out my Mantine because I have Wakan Berry and I am a special wall and shit, and I'm gonna send out my Rain Dance, and then I'm gonna outspeed and then go for the stab overkill rain boosted Hydro Pump, which will blow that thing into oblivion because I are cool like that. So now I have Swift Swim. He probably doesn't know that, so he sends out this Maniac trick, which gets pwned in the face by the Swift Swim Rain Boosted Stab Hydro Pump base 120 overkillness, and I'm like, hell yeah, you weren't expecting that. So my Hydro Pump misses, and then he blocks me. I was like, so my god, WTH, what? Now I can't escape because he's a pedo, and he has me backed up in the dark alley corner, and then he's gonna do stuff to me, and then there's nothing I can do about it, even though I'm a Mantine. So I decide the best thing I can do here, which is to confuse Ray A, and then he decides to toxic me, and I was like, do you really have to do that? Yeah, that was the toxic in my throat, if you excuse that. So he decides to have a toxic as well. I'm like, Jesus man, really? Ah, this is bad as bad. So he finally hits himself into confusion, but because of his +3 defense, it doesn't really do anything. And I'm gonna dive next turn to the toxic, and then he decides to be an ass and protect, and I'm like, damn. And it's also worth mentioning that while I'm coughing, the only times the hydro pump missed that thing was when he didn't protect, which was just super. So I said, when I grow up, because I just want a little bit more damage on that thing before I send out my Grace Glaze to stab Ice Beam Spexate in the face. But turns out I'm still sleeping. Of course I'm still sleeping. And then he sends out this thing, which I can't see his name. Oh, Cloyster, it didn't name it. Slamer. So he decides to Rock Blast me, and I know I can survive this, but I wasn't expecting to wake up. I was playing dumb shit like that. I was playing dumb this match. I was just randomly clicking my moves because in my mindset I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna be sleeping. Nah. I should have clicked rest, but whatever. This is dumb. I'm playing stupid, especially for a gym leader. So I said I'm like, Grace Glaze, because she's kind of my last. And I do have HP Grass, but I know that's not gonna do anything to that Swallow. So my best option here is to just go for the Shadow Ball, because I know Cloysters don't have any special defense at all. Except he kinda crits me, which didn't really matter because he would have fit the 5th time and that would have taken me out anyway. So that's a good game. Thanks for the challenge, and yeah, goodbye peoples.